Hello guys, Image here. I'm just here to explain about the star formation in Pocky Parrots. Star formation is the very first formation you will achieve, or attain, or use in Pocky Parrots. It's a very basic one and it's a very horrible one, but it's the one you start out with. The first thing we're going to do first is talk about what crews you might have or which ones you might have. Majority players will have Buggy as he is very common to get, and Kabaji. Charm is somewhat not common, but he's in a great crew, but he's pretty good for below 50s. And you might have a doctor or another crew. Mostly a B crew is usually what I had in my days. Now, how this works, it's that you want your tank in the middle row, you want your second semi-tank or what, like usually you have another tank or semi-tank in the top row, because the top and the middle row has the most damages in the first 50 battle, first level. From your first level to level 50 battles, the NPCs will be in the middle row or the top row. Majority of the strong ones will be in the middle row, or the top ones will be somewhat strong or outnumbered. That's why you have your doctors or heroes that you just use for healing or support on the bottom row, or damages on the bottom row to dodge the damages, where your middle row and your top row will be the ones tanking it. Now, you have your buggy and your protagonist in the middle, in the back row, behind your tank, so they do not get hit directly unless they're being hit by a furry AoE skill. Now, what you want to do is you want to spend a majority of money increasing your tank's armor and magic. Mostly armor, because majority of hero NPCs you fight have armor, but you want to still increase their magic defense, as magic defense is very important, definitely when you hit towards the late 40s and early 40s. You in your top one, you just want in your top one, for me it's Charm. You want to increase his physical defense to make him somewhat not squishy, because as he's tanking, he needs to have damage and he needs to have things. So for Charm, for my example, Charm, I'll be increasing his armor and his physical armor, physical attack, and his HP. For Kabaji, I'll be increasing his HP, physical attack somewhat, and mostly physical defense and magical defense. Now, for your doctor, doctors are really not that important, but in this case, let me just go see my doctor here. I'm back again, sorry about that. Okay, for the doctor, because my doctor increases attack, I want to increase his speed basically, because my attack affects all my crew, increasing their stats and making them more stronger. So you want the doctor to go first. What I'll do, I'll be focusing on his defense and speed. Not defense, I mean just speed. Sorry about this. Speed. Once we get increase his speed for your protagonist, depending on what it is, if it's, let's say if it's a navigator, you want to have moderate speed, mostly high magic damage, and somewhat middle defense. But if it's like someone like Buggy, you want to have a lot of damage and a lot of speed. Since Buggy can stun, he'll be very important to have a lot of speed, so he goes first and he can stun your opponent, giving you a chance to dish out as much as damage as you can in that turn, while giving you another turn ahead of your opponent. Now, most of you will get a doctor who actually heals, who has a group heal, which is very important. But in some of your cases, if you don't get a doctor with group heal, you can actually keep wasting your 30k to get a doctor who has group heal. Now, Spirit is pretty good. It gives you it gives you a crew damage increase, and it's decent. Now for your doctors, there's you want group heal as your number one pick. If you do not get it and don't want to waste any more silver on your recruiting, then that's it. And the second passive skill, the ones you want the most, is Inspiration and Wind Shuttle. As in Wind Shuttle increases your dodge, this allows your tanks to dodge more. But if you do not have Wind Shuttle, then another good picks are Holy Counter and Holy Guard. Holy Guard increases your defense, and Holy Counter increases your chance of launching another damage upon being attacked. Yep. Now, with your sniper, what you want is Moonwalk, and the other one is, I forgot his name, Fast Chase. These are the two mostly you want. Reason for fast chase gives you extra chance of attacking and adding an extra attack damage. For moonwalk, it makes you do twice the normal attack damage and increase your dodge, which is the dodge part's useless since you're damaging and not getting any hit by direct attacks. Your normal attacks will be very important because it'll be doubling it. Now, for your navigators, depends on which navigator they got. I would suggest forest build is the best, and then reduce your eye for stunning him. He stuns him for 2 turns, so yep. Or it could be 1 turn, I do not know. Now for navigators, depends on what you want. If majority of players go for tactical and shelter, but in a low level, you wanna go for Fury Blessing and Flame Power mostly. But if you do get tactical and Shelter of God, they're very good, as if you get hit by a buggy stun, Shelter of God will allow to recover from the stun, so you do not get hit by the stun. Even though if you get hit by the stun, the next turn when it's your turn to hit, you just ignore the stun, you get rid of the debuff, and you can attack. Tactical allows extra damage when you critical hit. It's pretty good if you have for buggy if he doesn't do a critical hit. But since buggy doesn't have this sniper bit. Now, as I talked about the formation, pretty simple. Your tank, you want to give him the most armor, the most magical defense, the most physical defense, and the most HP. You want to give your top row moderate defense and moderate magical defense, and physical defense, and low HP, but more higher than your other crew members. For your doctor, depends. If he has group heal, you want him to have low speed, so you can, after your crew gets hit, you can heal. But if it's something like I've got spirit, which increases the damage, I want him to go first, so I will give him the most speed. For navigator, it's pretty simple. You give him the most magical attack damage, which increases damage, and for your sniper, you give him the most physical attack and speed, since buggy is very fast. That concludes our video. I'm sorry if I made any mistakes. This is my second video and my first video producing with my voice. Thank you. Have a nice day.